Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So I thought it'd be fun to talk about all this series I'm in the middle of. So I have a reading tracker spreadsheet. The template was made by Maisie Reed. She has a YouTube channel as well, and I thought we'd just go through all this series I'm in the middle of, the stats and everything. So yeah, let's just get into it. I'm in the middle of a 17 series, which I actually don't think is too bad compared to like other booktubers I've seen in the middle of like 60 series. I feel like I'm not doing terribly, you know? Hopefully I'm not missing any. Oh wait, I already know I'm missing one. Okay. Let's add it. Okay, I'm in the middle of 18 series. I'm up to date with 2, so I have 16 to finish. That means I have 11% progress. Really good. I mostly have fantasy, then romance, some manga, 1 graphic novel, 1 mystery. It's like half and half almost, with the series complete and the series ongoing. So let's just start with the first one, Anatomy. So I'm actually reading the second and last book in the series, Immortality. So this will be taken off my series tracker very soon because I'm almost finished with it. But yes, I read the first book in like January. So this wasn't a series I like desperately needed to catch up on. It is a series I wanted to finish, so I added it. Moving on, we have the Bergman Brothers series. This is a romance series. It is a 7-book series, and before I was reading all of the books out of order, I started with Always Only You, which is the second book, because I just saw it at the store. I thought it might be good. I loved it so much, and so I decided to read other books in the series. I've now gone back and I'm trying to read them all in order. So I've read 4 out of 7 of the books. I have 3 left. I have book 3, 4, and 7, I think, left. But I've been loving that series so much. I actually haven't read a book in the series this year. The last book I read was Always Only You, which I reread last year. I do really want to continue the series. It is complete now. The 7th book came out last year, I think. And there are so many other series by Chloe Leese that I also really want to read. She's like one of my favorite authors, so I definitely want to catch up on this series and finish it. We then have Chestnut Springs. Oh my god, I can't tell you how many times I've said I'm going to continue this series. I read the first book, Flawless, probably over a year ago, and I've been saying I'm going to read the second book, Heartless, for so long, and I'm going to read it. It is on my spring TBR. I am going to read it. There are 5 books in this series. I've read 1, but I am going to continue it. I have all of the books. I'm going to read it. There's really no reason why I haven't picked them up. Like, I have nothing against the series whatsoever. I really want to continue it. I just haven't. We then have Kingdom of the Wicked. This isn't sorted by like categories or anything because I can't figure out how to do that. I can't do it. I don't like Excel sheets or anything. They're so annoying. Anyways, Kingdom of the Wicked. This is a fantasy series. It is complete. There are 3 books in the series. I've read 2 out of 3, and I'm planning to read the 3rd and final book after I finish Immortality. So we will be all caught up on this series and finished with it very soon. Next we have Kings of Sin, which is a romance series. This is an ongoing series. There are going to be 7 books in the series. They're not all out yet. I think 5 books are out. I've read 3 out of 7. Yeah, I really need to catch up on, I think it's just 2 books that have come out, King of Sloth and King of Envy. I have King of Sloth. That was released last year. I've been meaning to read it since it came out. I just haven't. But I'm really unsure how I'm going to feel about King of Sloth. I saw so many mixed reviews. I've been enjoying the series so far. I haven't been loving it, but I've stuck with it. The first 2 books I didn't love. The 3rd book, King of Greed, I actually really liked. I know not a lot of people loved that book, but yes, I'm intrigued and I want to see how I feel about the other books in the series. We then have Lakefront Billionaires. I have read the first book. I think there's 3 books out now. It's a ongoing series. I really like Lauren Asher. I really like her books. I've had some I've not really cared about and others I've really loved. So I want to see how I feel about the series. I didn't love the first book, but I've had the second book on my TBR, Love Unwritten, for so long, and I just need to pick it up. They're just such big books. And you guys know I don't like long romance books. It drives me crazy, but I really want to read it regardless. We then have Once Upon a Broken Heart, which is a fantasy series. It's a 3-book series. I recently finished the first book, so I started the first book in the series about a year ago, and then I put it down. I picked it up again recently and I finished it, and I really enjoyed it, and I really want to finish the series. I'm planning to read the second book in like November or December. That's the series that's been like on my TBR for so long. We then have Rebel Blue Ranch, a romance series. I honestly don't care a lot about this series, but I really want to read the 3rd book that came out. I've read the first one. I have the 2nd and 3rd one. I just need to read the 2nd one so I can get to the 3rd one. It's a best friend's brother romance, I think, with the single dad trope, which I always love. I didn't love the first book, but I read it so quickly. So I'm like, there's no harm in picking up the other books and see if I like them as well. It's just like a fun cowboy romance. So I want to see if the books get better. Oh god, we have Serpent and Dove, a fantasy series. This series pains me a little. Every time I bring it up, I have to give you the whole spiel about how I read the first book and I loved it, and then I read the second book and I didn't love it, and I ended up DNFing the second book with like 100 pages left, but I want to get back into the second book and finish it. I was not liking it at all because of all the things that were happening to the characters. I can't let it go. I need to finish it and then read the third book and see where it all ends, because apparently things get better in the third book. And I really want to see the characters I love get like the happy ending I want them to have. So I can't leave the series without seeing that happen. So I will get to it at some point. Shatter Me fantasy series, we all know. I read the first book in January and I want to finish the series. I filmed a reading vlog of my thoughts on the first book, and I'm planning to do a full reading vlog of me reading all of them, but I'm not really sure if I'm going to stick with that. Still undecided, so we'll see. But I really want to continue the series. I just don't know when I'm going to pick up the next book. But this series has been on my TBR for so long because it's such a popular series. Everyone has such mixed opinions. I kind of know going into it to not take it too seriously, that the writing isn't amazing, but apparently it gets better as you go on. We shall see. It is an 11 book series. I'm on the first book, so we have a long way to go. Then we have the Windy City Romance. I recently read the 4th book in the series. There are 5 books in the series, but I'm not reading the first one. So when I finish the series, it will kind of be incomplete, but I'm gonna say it's complete because I just don't want to read the first one. I'm just not interested in it. But the 5th and final book came out, Rewind It Back, and I do intend on reading it at some point. I'm honestly not that intrigued by it, but I do want to read it and see how I feel, because you never know. But I've really enjoyed the series. It is a romance series, and like I said, I read the 4th book recently, Play Long, and I loved it. I gave it a 5 stars, so I really want to continue that series. We then have Emily Wild, which I also read recently. I read the 2nd book, which I loved. I gave it a 5 stars, as well as the 1st book, and I really want to read the 3rd and final book in the series very soon because I just love that series so much. It has my heart. I wonder if the author will publish anything to do with that series. Maybe like a new series following different characters. I don't know. My heart can't handle being finished with that series. We then have Falling for Demons, which is a romance fantasy series by A.K. Kajino and Laura Winter. I can't remember what it's called, but they're doing a series where one author writes one book, the other author writes the other one. There's going to be 4 books in the series. 2 have been released so far, and I read the first 2. I got the arcs for them. A.K. Kajino is one of my favorite authors. I love her books so much, so I definitely had to pick up this series. They're like cozy monster romances. They're not my favorite, but I do really enjoy them, and I really want to read the other books in the series when they come out, but I'm all caught up on that one. Then we have some manga series. First we have Love is War. This series is complete. There's 28 books in the series. I know, so many books. I started this series last year, I think, and I'm at book 17, which is actually pretty good. I feel pretty proud of myself for that. But yes, I've been writing this series for so long. But things have just started to pick up with the romance, so I obviously want to continue it since I'm so far in. We then have the Apothecary Diaries, which I started this series this year. Oh, did I start it this year? I think so. It is a fantasy manga with a little bit of romance, I think. I'm on the 3rd book. There's 15 books. I think it's ongoing. There is a show for it and like light novels and stuff. I decided to go with the manga, and I've been really enjoying it so far. I haven't picked up a volume of it in quite a while, so I do need to pick it back up. We then have Frieren, which is a fantasy manga series. Oh, I haven't read this series in so long as well. I started it this year. There's 14 books in the series. I think it's ongoing. I am up to the 3rd book as well. I really want to continue the series. I've really enjoyed it so far, but I feel like I haven't been in the mood for it. We shall pick up the next book soon. And then Lore Olympus, which is a graphic novel series, a series I started this year. I had read the 1st book a year ago, but I kind of forgot what happened, so I reread it, and then I read all the other books. There's 8 books in the series out so far. The 9th book comes out this month, and I've pre-ordered it. I'm so excited. I've been loving this series so much. I rated the 8th book a 5 stars, which I very, very rarely rate graphic novels 5 stars. I rarely rate them at all, but I've been loving this series so much. I've been rating them and I gave the last one a 5 stars, so I'm very excited to continue this series. I'm all caught up. I love it so much. And then lastly, we have Divine Rivals, which is a fantasy romance series. I read the 1st book, I think it was 2 years ago now, and I have the 2nd book, Ruthless Vows. I just hadn't gotten to it. I was actually intending on not reading it because I didn't love the ending of Divine Rivals, and I heard mixed things about Ruthless Vows, but I think I'm gonna pick it up because I'm so curious. And new books are coming out in the series as well. I think there's a prequel, but I don't know if you have to read the series to read it. I don't know. So I haven't included it, but I do want to finish the series. Those are all the series I'm in the middle of. I'm kind of glad there's not more. There are a lot of series I wanted to start this year that I haven't gotten to. I did make a video about that at the start of the year, but I feel like I've been making some progress in the series I'm in the middle of. Have I? I don't know. I've also started quite a few series that I wasn't intending on starting. I will have to make a reading vlog soon where I try to finish series I'm in the middle of or like continue them. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know how many series you're in the middle of if you keep track. And also let me know if you're the type of person that like reads a series back to back, like you read all the books at once. I don't really do that. I usually read a book in a fantasy series and then read the next book like months later. I'm not the type of person that really reads them back to back unless I'm like obsessed. But I couldn't tell you the last time I did that, to be honest. I always feel like I need to be in a new world. I don't know. Let me know. I'm curious. But yeah, that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I have a book Instagram and a Goodreads you can check out if you like. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Bye!